Sharing that, please stay with us as we come back to you for our next discussion as well. Now, Japan has held a memorial ceremony to mark the 80th anniversary of the US atomic bombing of Hiroshima. About 55,000 participants, including international guests from a record 120 countries and regions, observed a moment of silence at 8:15 a.m. local time, the exact time when the uranium bomb was dropped on Hiroshima by the US 80 years ago, to commemorate the souls of thousands of victims. After laying a wreath at the cenotaph, Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba urged all countries to make efforts towards nuclear disarmament. Here's what he had to say.
今から80年前の今日、一発の原子爆弾が炸裂し、十数万とも言われる尊い命が失われました。一命を取り留めた方々にも、筆舌に尽くしがたい苦難の日々をもたらしました。内閣総理大臣として、原子爆弾の犠牲となられた方々の御霊に対し、故に謹んで哀悼の誠を捧げます。人々の夢や明るい未来が瞬時に容赦なく奪われたことに言葉を失いました。広島、長崎にもたらされた惨禍を決して繰り返してはなりません。非核三原則を堅持しながら、核兵器のない世界に向けた国際社会の取り組みを主導することは、唯一の戦争被爆国である我が国の使命であります。
The uranium bomb had instantly killed about 78,000 people, and by the end of 1945, the number of dead, including from radiation exposure, reached about 140,000. The US had also dropped a second atomic bomb on Nagasaki on August 9th. Meanwhile, on the streets leading up to the Peace Memorial Park, there were small protests calling for the abolition of nuclear weapons. Now we go back to our guest discussion with Dr. Tomohiko Taniguchi. He's a former advisor to late Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Thank you, Dr. Taniguchi, for staying with us. Now, do you have any message for our guests, for our viewers here, looking at 80 years from two atomic bombs blasting in Japan?
The first thing I have to say is that it is only in India parliamentarians have, without exception, given prayer to the victims of A-bombs either on the 6th of August or on the 9th of August each year. And many in Japan, including myself, have been deeply appreciative of that friendly and very much compassionate gesture. That's number one. Number two, it is ironic that the peace in the Indo-Pacific has been maintained by the nuclear equilibrium that was established by the United States and during the Cold War era, Russia. Now, the nuclear protection, the so-called extended deterrence, is even more important for Japan than in the past. So that's a piece of irony that we must live with, despite the fact that those two A-bombs, as you say, killed a lot of people. Prime Minister Ishiba said something like 3 no principles. 3 no's include not allowing nuclear weapons to be on the soil of Japan. And I think that's a matter of discussion, whether this no principle should be maintained or kept intact. It is, in my view, very much important for Japan to revisit that path. And I think it's even more important for that discussion to take place between the United States and Japan. I, for one, I am of a view that nuclear-powered strategic submarines with nuclear attack capabilities can be allowed to be ported in one of the military ports of Japan. But Prime Minister Ishiba categorically today denied
Yes.
that sort of possibility, which is, I think, a troublesome statement.
Yes. Thank you very much, Dr. Tomohiko Taniguchi, for joining us and sharing your insight throughout our news. Well, that's all we have time for. We will